Hi, everyone. You're welcome to the ECOFIT presentation where we share the point of your fitness needs. I'll just pass it on to our Scrum Master, Sarah, to get started.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to first of all say thank you for joining us today. So my name is Sarah and I'm going to be introducing ECOFIT. ECOFIT is a health and fitness app that uses a matching algorithm to find the most suitable trainers to help you achieve your fitness goals. Our app is intended for individuals who are seeking a cost-friendly way to keep fit from their preferred location, as well as coaches who would like to scale their impact and reach additional clients. Now I'll introduce you to our team, starting with the Scrum Masters, myself, Sarah, Patricia, Adekunbi, and Wanye. And we also have our business analyst, Tolu, our UX designer, Omodi, our product manager, Felicia, and our software developer, Nix. And now I'll pass it back on to Tolu, who's going to tell you more about our product.
All right. So to better understand what the current gaps or pain points are in the field of personal training, we utilize design thinking frameworks. We did some research. We also interviewed people who were gym goers, non-gym goers, as well as fitness trainers, basically to understand what the pain points were. And so the first thing that we discovered was, first of all, getting a fitness trainer usually goes through the gym, and it's a pretty generic model right now because it's usually based on the gym manager's subjective interpretation of the client's needs. Also, although most people seem to prefer personal training, in-person training rather, which was seen as with 60% of our respondents, most personal training apps cater mostly to virtual training instead of in-person. Also, affordability actually is the main barrier to training sessions. So getting a fitness trainer, as stated by 43% of our respondents, and the costs are pretty high, ranging from about $40 to $100 per session. Nutritional help, which is really essential to being successful in your fitness journey, is usually also an additional cost. That's also a barrier. And lastly, there is poor accountability. Clients usually don't have visibility to the trainer's credentials or success rates. And also when you go through the gym, you don't typically have tracking tools and services to basically track your progress. However, ECOFIT was able to find solutions to most of these problems. For the generic model, what our solution is a questionnaire with a matching algorithm that enables you to find the most suitable coach for your fitness needs. Usually through the registration process, the client fills out questionnaires that ask them specific questions to find their perfect coach. Also, we will be offering one-on-one training at the client's preferred location, whether home, outdoors, or virtually. Our pricing strategy is a 3-tiered pricing, and it's going to be ranging from $38 to about $50 per session, which I think is quite affordable for in-person training, and also would be able to reach multiple clients. And we would also provide nutritional information at no additional cost for pricing tiers. And lastly, we are going to ensure that the trainer's credentials are validated and also made visible once you're reviewing your trainer. Also, ratings and reviews would be collected and provided to those who want to get fitness training from a certain coach. And lastly, we're going to have goal tracking tools to keep track of your fitness targets and successes. So we're going into the demo, and Felicia is just going to tell us what the features are and walk us through.
Thank you for that, Tolu. So our key features are like a rating and review system, in-person sessions, matching feature, scheduling, and in-app messaging. So now I'm going to walk you through our demo of ECOFIT product. So as a client who wants to begin my fitness journey, I come to ECOFIT's website. This is our landing page. Our headers are how it works, success stories, pricing, and contact us. So I click on how it works, which basically gives me like a brief synopsis of the matching feature. And then I also we get to collaborate with the trainer that also gives you nutrition plans and custom training based on your goals. And then I click on the pricing feature, which basically tells me the 3-tier pricing plans that we have. If you want a monthly membership for virtual, basic, and elite, and then it also shows the features that each membership has, and for subsidized plan, we also have like 3 months, 540, and then for the basic plan, advanced plan, then we have 3 months for 972. And then also, like if I click on contact us, you put in your name, email, message, and then it gets to us in real time. And then it also like, yeah. So as a client, like I mentioned earlier, I want to find a coach. So I click on find my coach. And then it takes me through questions like what gender do I identify with? And she says male. And then age range, 18 to 35. Okay, where do I live? I select, put my city and state. Next. And then what's my preference, at home or virtual? Then I click on at home. How often I work out. What type of exercises that I'm interested in. And what my fitness goals are. And what gender preferences do I have for a coach? How would I describe my ideal coach? And then you enter your name so that it saves your progress for you, your name, email, password. So basically, after I do this process, it will say success, your account has been created, and find my coach. Oh. So as you can see here, we have a password criteria that we do. So if you do have 2 different passwords, then it comes up as an error like invalid. And then it takes 10 seconds while it's finding me my perfect coach based off my answer. So it matched me with Coach David, and based off my the training, like what specialties that I answered earlier, it shows cardio training and strength training, which is highlighted here. And then it also has other recommended trainers like Coach Gary. If you click on Coach Gary, it also shows strength training and weight training highlighted. And it gives us a preview of the coach. And then if I want to get started with Coach David, I click on Get Started. And then it shows the 3 monthly packages that we have with the pricing and the features that each monthly packages have. And then I want to click on ideally jump stats. And then it gives me a pop-up to enter my card details, which I'm doing right now. And I click on subscribe. And then after this, my account is created, because to create an account with us, you have to subscribe. And then it takes me to my profile. So here you can see the user profile, like good morning, Jermaine, and how many training sessions. Like, of course, I just created this account. So right now I have 0. And if I want to schedule a training session, I click on schedule. And then you see like for the past is grayed out, and then booked, you can see is in orange, and what I selected is in green. So I select the date, 25th, and then 12 p.m. and confirm. And it says schedule created successfully. So I want to message my coach. So I click on the coach's avatar, and I could just say, okay, here I'm at demo day, and this gets to deliver to the coach in real time. Okay, and then we have like, yeah, so then I'm not going to pass it to Amadi to speak on the trainer view profile.
So I'm just going to walk you through the interface of the trainer's profile. So we're going to start off with the bookings. this pretty much shows the upcoming sessions, and this shows this has already updated on the Jermaine, Jermaine that just booked a session. Then I'll have you go to bookings to show. You click on bookings. This pretty much shows like the monthly schedule for Coach David, and the ones on orange just shows the date which he scheduled for a session, and the ones on the gray, which is today's date, shows today's real-time date. So this pretty much gives him an overview on how his month is going to be like. Then this his clients, his clients who are already registered, and this is Jermaine who just sent him a message, and he says, "Hey, I'm at demo day." So he already got the message, and it's like pretty much a confirmation that his subscription went through. Then after that, for the you go back to the home. Then this pretty much on the overview, instead of you going to different places, pretty much shows your review, your session schedules, and all of those. Then I'm going to hand it over to Lou to talk about our business model canvas.
Okay, so I will be speaking to this actually. So basically our main customer segments, like you saw, are the trainers and coaches and the trainees. And then our value proposition is a personalized and seamless matching system between trainer and clients. One trainer can have multiple clients, which also increase revenue. And it also lowers the barrier of finding new clients for the trainer. And also, like for our revenue streams, our main revenue streams, that would be majority of our revenue will come from membership subscription fees. And then we have add-on features and merchandising sales. And then our cost structure, majority of our wages, our cost structure will be from wages of a coach and development team, software maintenance, digital marketing, and we also important data security and privacy is also important. So now I'll pass it over to Tolu to give you a brief synopsis about our financial model.
All right, so just to tell you a bit more about this personal training market, it's actually a pretty large market and it's valued at $13.1 billion. In terms of the market share, majority of the market share actually is in private and home training, which is where we're going to play. It's going to be 55% of the market share. Gym centers and fitnesses also have a large market share at 41%, and then other models or other modes is 4%. The market is projected to grow about 1.4% over the next 5 years. There are a number of competitors in the space. However, we do provide different features from the competitors, such as like the in-person training, as I said, as well as a more affordable model. For our projections, we're starting off with about 15,000 clients in our first year, which is our aspiration. And so based on an average of $250 per client per month, we would be able to break even in year 3, or about just 1 year after we go live. And so that makes us, and would also become profitable. So this is our profit, actually, $12.9 million. And so we'll continue to grow that over the next 5 years. And we project a 41% revenue growth. At a margin rate of 13%, we would be at $31.8 million in profit over 5 years. If you'd like to see more on the competitor or on the financials, we do have some slides readily available in the appendix. So now I'll pass it on to Wanya to talk about some of the challenges we faced and how we overcame them.
Awesome. Good morning, everyone. So as Tolu just said, I'll be discussing the challenges we faced and the lessons learned. So one of the big challenges that we faced were time constraints. So a lot of team members weren't available because we were on different time zones, or we all have our own careers. And then we also only had 9 weeks to deliver this product so that we can have it ready for demo day. What we did to get around that was essentially on our Scrum meetings, our daily stand-ups, we would discuss what time would be best for everyone the next following day. That proved to work pretty well. And then as far as the limited time to deliver the product, we just made sure the products that we put in our backlog weren't too complex, and they were actually tasks that we could get done during this 9 weeks. The second challenge we faced was communication. So the product vision was interpreted differently. And then the Scrum Masters had trouble onboarding our new Scrum Master. So in order to combat these, we just pretty much ensured that we conducted, solid surveys. And then we made sure the Scrum Masters, we just made sure every Scrum Master got a chance to do the Scrum ceremonies multiple times so that they were getting the full experience. And lastly, the last challenge was really a learning curve. So we had to learn how to use, all the new software like Jira, Confluence, Miro really fast. And then we also were getting accustomed to the agile mindset. So to get around these two, we just pretty much watched tutorial videos or requested help from the coaches on the SkillHat team. And then also as a cross-functional team, we just put our knowledge together to, be as efficient as possible. But although we had these problems, we were able to mitigate them and get around them. And I think it's something that all of us are very proud to be a part of. So that would conclude our presentation today. On behalf of the ECOFIT team, I would like to thank everyone for showing up. On the screen is our contact information if you would like to get in contact with anyone in regards to our project. Thank you.
Perfect timing. Literally 2 seconds before 15 minutes. And great presentation. Really good stuff, at least in my opinion. So let's hear from the judges. Now we're going to start with JT this time. So JT, our UX expert and judge, what are your thoughts here? Any feedback, any questions?
Yeah, no, I just want to say really great work in terms of how you guys have pulled this together. Again, just what Mo just mentioned in the way you went through the demo and it kept to time and all of that. And I think it was well presented in terms of clarity of your product, the team, and the value that comes out of it. In terms of the design of the product, I do see a lot of opportunities that you guys have, thought through and are starting to work through. And I think it's an interesting area to find. My question would be in regards to the feedback from your research and how that translated again into the features that were I guess demoed. So for example, did you get any insight from your research in terms of the I guess how people feel for that end-to-end journey of finding a coach and getting to payment? Is it something that happens within the same session? Is this a situation where they have to keep coming back, thinking about it, and then going through that process of finally making that decision to say, yes, I want to go with the coach that has been assigned?
All right, so I can answer that question. Thank you for the question. So what we actually found in terms of the major pain points, was that finding the coach is really not that difficult because when you go on the internet, you can Google it, or usually most people, I believe 75% of our respondents actually said that they find coaches through the gym. In terms of then signing up and paying for it, there is a bit of deliberation that goes into it just because it's not as affordable. So that's usually the lag, right? Where people are not sure if they would like to get the fitness training. They're not sure if they can even trust the clients, because we did have some like open text boxes where people give us feedback about why they didn't sign up with a coach, for instance. And it was just because, they weren't sure if it would actually work. Some people have not been successful while some people have been. So with this app, we are able to solve for that because first of all, we are ensuring that it is affordable. And second, there is more visibility to the credentials as well as word of mouth from other people leaving reviews. So that builds a little bit of trust.
Okay, all right. No, thank you for that. Another question that I had was in terms of the savings, actually, and this is not really more a question, but just more of a suggestion. Because you guys are leaning into the value proposition of this is a better, in terms of pricing, it's a better option. I think it would be really great to highlight that fact, especially in the decision phase before they actually make that payment. It's like, if you're going to go with a jump start, you're going to be having, 50% savings from a traditional training session and things like that, because that is really where you want to get the segment, which I think was really good that you guys clearly highlighted the 2 segments that you were targeting would help them take it over the hump. Yeah, I would, again, with the same team that I said, I feel like there's a lot of discussion that could go with it, but for the interest of time, I just want to say you guys did an amazing job and thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Sean.
All right, thank you. Well done, everyone. Again, it's amazing how fast you came up with this product. I've sat on a few dozen of these pitches, demo review days. So I just want to start with that. Like I've seen a lot of this, and I've also seen a lot in this space. But this space is something that's very personal to me. So I've got two passions. One of them is OT, or operational technology and industrial control systems. The other one is health and wellness. And so I actually have invested in a health and wellness facility here in Houston. I've worked with multiple trainers. I employ a few trainers. So this is something that I am passionate about. And I can tell you that this space is very crowded. I've seen former Major League Baseball players come out with augmented reality mobile trainer apps. So one of the things that I think, from my advice to you, and just trying to get everything condensed in a short time, because I feel like I have a little bit more probably perspective on this than maybe some others, but I just want to get as much as I can in a short space. I'm happy to talk offline about this as well. The go-to-market strategy needs to be very clear up front, because anybody that sat through a dozen of these is going to go, how are you different than the other guys I've seen? So go-to-market strategy, talking about that total addressable market up front. Here's the market, it's big. So if you know it's big, you know it's big. If you don't, you want to see that. So get that up front in the pitch. And then how you're going to go after that market differently than anybody else in the space, and why you're qualified to do so. Personalizing that story is really good. So I had a hard time getting this. The gym members are beholden to the gym. The trainers are beholden to the gym schedule, and there's a big overhead. So the gym people don't get, the actual trainers don't get a chunk of that cost. So you're paying the gym, not the trainer. So you get lower quality training. So these are types of things you can throw in there, and that this pulls away the gym member is not beholden to the gym, and the trainer is not beholden to the gym. So this is a great opportunity, and highlight the feature of pairing based on your, I think that was really good. I love that. That's a differentiator from what I've seen. I've not seen that before. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I've just seen about 12 of these. I haven't seen one that shows that pairing mechanism. So that was a really good touch. And yeah, the one thing I didn't see that I was hoping to see is the actual use of the application in virtual. I didn't see like what that training looks like, even if it's a video or something, or just print screens. And I have seen some augmented reality. There's a great opportunity here. If you want to, just put it on your roadmap. So you've got the upfront pairing, seems like that's ready out of the box. And then future roadmap could include use of augmented reality and biometric feedback from wearables. So the coach is more informed, even if he were with you or she were with you, because they are using biometric feedback and augmented reality to look at your posture and get input. So that's an opportunity I've not seen, and I was just going to share that with you. But anyway, that's my feedback.
Thank you so much, Sean.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sean. Let's go to Jermaine.
Man, thank you again for a wonderful presentation. It was awesome. It's funny that you're gonna have like back-to-back people that have like direct exposure to the fitness industry. I've worked at Good Life, LA Fitness, Anytime Fitness. I've had a very, very interesting like non-linear career. That was, a lot of it was in the fitness industry, both as a personal trainer and as a fitness salesperson. And one of the reasons why the gyms continue to have a dominance over like the personal training aspect is because there's a level of emotional intelligence that they understand from the perspective of their clients coming in. They use the environment of the gym to get people to think about their goals. They use the environment of like before and afters. They use like even like the trainer's like physique to like press upon people how like to press upon people the emotional aspect of like the whole experience, so that they get them invested for long-term success. One of the things, the challenges that we had in the gym was selling the gym memberships for the personal training because of the abstract nature of it. You're essentially selling someone a dream in their head that they have to do all the work to get to, right? It can be extremely emotional taxing. So having that like rapport with the trainer to help them like ease them into it, but get them fully invested, so like they go the distance, especially when we're talking like virtual and like you're not actually there. I felt like there's a great opportunity here, especially when we consider how to personalize it and make you guys stand out, to have some sort of function that makes it a bit more personable and easier to create that actual relationship with that trainer. It's weird because there's so much that goes into it, but like a good trainer can make or break a great workout. And like, it is very easy for clients to be disengaged because they don't see the results as quickly as possible. So you rely on that trainer to do like a lot of emotional labor to carry them through. And I think there's a great opportunity for your app to also like focus and like maybe enhance that aspect of it to give yourself something to stand out. But overall, fantastic opportunity. I love everything that I'm seeing. I'm actually in the market for a personal trainer, so I'm just saying if you guys want a guinea pig to see Wagwan, more than happy to do it.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Jermaine. Let's go to Osh.
Awesome. So unfortunately, I don't have the experience of the last two, the last two judges from a personal training and fitness perspective. I mean, I lift a few weights from time to time, but that's that's about the most that I know in that space. That's me trying to be funny. Anyways, I thought the presentation was good. I loved the certain aspects of it. First off, I think it was important that you guys, or let me put it this way, I think you did a good job in terms of putting so much information and helping us deliver it within the time frame. Kind of gave us a good view of everything that's, everything related to this product. And, the mere fact that you were able to turn this around or turn this over in 9 weeks, I think is super commendable. Like the other two judges, I'm kind of concerned, maybe just a bit concerned, because I feel like this space is crowded. And maybe because I've done a few searches myself, trying to see whether a gym was a better option than a personal trainer and all those kind of things. So I feel like you might need to spend more time, creating, being very clear what your value proposition is, what makes you different, and putting that, front and center as you sell this product. Again, just a challenge for the teams. Other than that, like I said, I thought it was a good quality presentation especially done very well within the time frame.
Excellent. Thank you, Osh. And then let's go to Brigida.
Thanks, Mo. And another congratulations to the team, another job well done. I think it's very relevant and as well as timely because, we've all gone through the pandemic. We've had that, extra pandemic weight, and it's about, it's very timely because a lot of people are, starting to go back to the gym and starting to care and look for their fitness and wellness. Personally, I just signed up on a gym, looking at a personal trainer, looking at the applications, the app that are allowing me to look at different virtual classes and things like that. I like the fact that there are a lot of features, again, specifically the coach matching. I think I saw that there's a review on the coach, maybe, in the presentation, if you could have done a good spin on that, because I think it's a good feature that you see the review for the coaches and the matching, and also similar comments with regards to the financial model, right? Because I think maybe a good emphasis on how it really benefits, because a lot of gym also offer their own personal trainers. So how is that different from this?
Or do you guys want to add any comments to that, or?
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. So thank you for the feedback. Thank you everyone for the feedback. So I think you were, so it was your question about how our presentation of the trainer is different from how the gym's, what the gym's presentation of the trainer is?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess the benefit really is, or maybe I should answer this by using one of the facts that we found, is that the issue with getting fitness training or even finding a fitness trainer is actually going to the gym. But we sort of present you with a solution without necessarily having to go to the gym. And also based on your feedback, as well as the feedback from one of our other judges, when we do more iterations of this, we would basically put the pricing and show you the pricing and how it actually differs and is more to your benefit. And lastly, the fact that the trainer actually comes to you at your wherever you prefer is also a selling point for us.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Thanks all the judges for the feedback. I just had one question. Why do you think this is such a crowded market? I'm gonna ask Sean that. For example, you said black collar was kind of niche and new, but why is this so crowded? I'm just curious. We'll get Jermaine and Sean.
It's an obvious area for improvement. And if you've ever experienced the gym training situation or know someone like at LA Fitness who is a trainer, you know that they're not getting paid much and the company makes most of the money. And so you don't get a lot of retention there. And then people like the MLB guy I met, he had an injury and needed somebody that had some physical therapy background as well and had a hard time finding that. So built an augmented reality tool. So there's a lot of people that are looking for answers and they're just not easily available and not out there. So and the apps are somewhat easy to make these days. So they're thinking, hey, I got a great opportunity, and that has crowded out the space, in my opinion.
Okay.
I'd also like just to echo that, like, when you think of fitness, it's actually one of the oldest industries in the entire world. So naturally, like, it's going to have a lot of attention, and it's also going to have a lot of like innovators in the space. This might sound weird, but I don't mean it in a weird way. But the barrier of entry for fitness as an industry is pretty low across the board, which is good because you get a lot of innovators in the space, people seeing new things. But as a result, with anything that has an easier entry point, there's just going to be naturally more people there. So it is a super important thing. It's one of those industries that will always be around, especially when we have like these toxic beauty standards. So I definitely think there's a great opportunity to innovate. That's actually, don't take it's a crowded space as like a challenge, or not a challenge, as like a negative thing. If anything, it's a great challenge, because once you can figure out how to stand out in the space, your niche, your messaging, your flow, your presentation, all of it's going to come around that.
Excellent. Thank you so much, everyone.